Welcome, ladies and gents, to Minecraft. I'm Master Gladius. Let's play. So, I'm just gonna eat something quickly. Some chicken from last episode. Yep. Let's go back into normal view. Put some gear on. And this episode, I've done things slightly differently. As you can see, I've been doing a lot of things off camera. So, I've finally decided on a theme. Whoa, frame rate issues. Decided on a theme for the base. And it's going to involve mostly leaves and... what's it called? Oak logs and things like that. I've decided I'm going to make like a giant world tree as my sort of centre. This is going to be changed for wood and other blocks. This is going to be my sort of selector system for what's it called? My area selector. And if I push that button, it should just cycle it back through. I'll show that bit later. But yeah, I've done a couple of things off camera. So as you can see, I've done all this glowstone lighting. I've also... well, the frames are terrible right now. I've also set up this enchanting station. And if I... have I got a sword or something that isn't being... you know what, I can make one. Decent. Nope. Where is it? If I press that. There we go. I've got some cobble, I think. No, but I have that. Okay, I can do this then, I guess. Make a sword. And then, as you can see, I've got the enchanting. If I push this button here, lifts that up. Means I can only do level 1 enchants if need, or level 1 basic enchants, so sharpness 1 every time, which is perfect. The other thing I've got in here is, as you can see, I have these, if I just right click, a dropper system. And if I just sort of push this button once, see the light moves along, then twice, and then push this button, correct item cycles out. If I then put it in, say, this one, which is not the one that's lit up and I push the button, doesn't work. If I move it back across, ooh, up in there. Oh yeah, it's fired once already, I forgot. So if I just cycle it back round again, it might take a while. It has to take a while for it to go back to the beginning. It should be 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lit. There we go. Press it once, press it twice. See, I just got to reset the system. I don't have to do this necessarily, I could just click on it and select multiple items, but yeah, let's just let that move across. A couple of seconds for it to move around the corner. 1, 2, 3. There we go. One across, and then push the button. Or was it not dispensing? Oh, I know why. Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll take you to the top of my nether hub just to see what's going on here. There's a lot of glowstone here because I kind of went over the top, but I'm going to collect a lot of it back anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Whoa, frame rate issues. So this is basically how I've... what's in here? Oh, lapis. Oh, yeah. So I also put a lapis dispenser in, I forgot about that. As you can see down here, I have the different lamps, and the way it works is... oh, can I get around to it somehow? Yeah, I can. I've got these hoppers in a chain hooked up to a monostable circuit, which when I push the cycle button, powers this off for 1 second, and the item moves 1 block along. And if I just go around to find the side it's on, I think it's around here. Yeah, there we go. You'll see that there is powered. Now, when that's powered and I push this, it actually updates the dropper so that it actually fires out its item. Oh, I'm stuck. Crap. I've got an easy way of getting out. This is silk touch, so this shouldn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter. So drop that there. As you can see, I'm having pretty bad frame rate issues recently. I tried the 8.1 pre-release, but no real improvements. But yeah, that's basically how I've done it. It's fairly simple. The next thing I've done, I got a bit bored and decided I'd do some building. So, if we just run through here, I decided I wanted to make a flower farm off camera. And it was taking a long time to work it out, and I thought, well, instead of recording myself building it, I'll just build it. And then I got the urge to just build something aesthetic for fun. So I did that. And I thought, well, where do you often get like loads of wildflowers and lots of flowers growing? And I was thinking about it. I decided to build what looks like a... ooh, world loading up. Bit of lag. Like a ramshackle sort of abandoned civilization area, as you can see, with the flower farm over here. So up here, there's this. Now, if I push, where's this? Where's the button? This button. Now, there's always frame rate issues here, but it doesn't look like it's actually breaking the blocks, but it is. If I just, as you can see, yeah, all the blocks are being broken. That sound of a dropper firing is the bone meal being dispensed, as well as a dropper system in here. If I right click, you'll see. Oh, probably want to push that button because it can't do everything at once. Oh, the lag is real. Well, I can just go down and show you what's going on. So, if I just drop down here. Yeah, there's lots of items pouring through. So, as you can see, items filling up, being filtered up by a normal dropper system, and up there as well. And then if I go along here, I believe you'll see that there's items being loaded in, and there's items pouring. They should be going through. They're probably going through. It's just I can't see them because they're being flicked through too quickly, or they're going through 2 droppers in one go, and then yeah, basically being collected up in there. A very simple system, I thought, and I decided to just employ that. Where are they collecting then? Let's just break through. So, is there an issue somewhere? Yeah, they're not collecting in there. Why is that? I think that there's a power being received. Oops, didn't mean to break that. Oh dear. Tell you what, I'll just drop them in there. And them. And them. And then drop that there. There we go. I just need to break this. Now the lag here is real because of the amount of entities that are generated from this. As you can see, it's filling up. I guess there must have been a power to the block, or the block wasn't updating for some reason. As you can see, it's just going through and cycling up. Have I got any blocks I don't need here? Yep, they'll do. I'll also drop that in there. And then drop that in there. And as you can see, they fill up in here. From here, very simple system. And it collects me lots of flowers. Now, I left that running after about 30-40 seconds, got all of this. I might put a filter in somehow to filter out the seeds. But I haven't decided how I'm going to do that yet. But it might be something for the future. Otherwise, I just, you know, shift right click it, drag the items out, and oh crap. Okay, that'll do. I've also discovered what causes the lag. Oh, I want that sword. I don't really, but yeah, I've also discovered what is one of the sources of the lag for Minecraft 1.8, and that is the new Creeper AI even. I've got it over here somewhere, I think. So I decided to build, like I said, I got bored and decided to do some building. And what I decided to build was a sort of ruined site, or whatever you want to call it. Let's just try and look away so I don't give any spoilers. So, I'll get that. So this is what I built in the end. I was kind of happy with that. Bit of a nod to myself there with a statue. Yeah, I kind of like how it looks. Just got bored, placed a load of TNT to create this ravine. This nice looking sort of futuristic walkway, and there's another bit there. And if I just drop down, you'll see there's like a house there with a bed in it and everything. I was actually using the bed to sleep in when I was building this every time it hit night. So there was a bit of a practical value to it, and I happened to come across this underwater lake, which I just sort of allowed to flow out. All the cracked bricks and everything to make it look like it's been left old and unused for a while. Then this sort of walkway that's collapsed, and there's a bit down there, a bit more destruction around there, and then this is the sort of overgrown garden bit, and then there's the statue of me. Hi, me. Also, if you look at his eyes, they sort of follow you. It's a bit weird. Yeah, so that's one project I've done. Actually, I didn't really show you the redstone, so I might show you that now, just to show you how I did it. Not that complicated, really, fairly straightforward. But you might be curious, so if I just drop down... Oh my god! That was close. And he's hiding now. Okay, gone. Okay, so we'll just run around the outside. This is the system used for causing the pistons to push either side. Can I not? So as you can see, I've got these hoppers which just basically run across. They've got items in them. If I just push them through, they'll come back again in a sec. So yeah, there's this glass here. Basically, this is there just to stop items from falling through onto it, because they do actually fall through unless you put a block there. And it doesn't matter for the ones on the row because they'll get picked up by the hoppers. Along here is the other pistons. Now there is timing. There is a specific timing delay on either side, which is important. I can't remember exactly how it's done, but down here is how I did the what are they called? Oh, I can't remember. The dispensers with bone meal in. Under here's a torch, so I just have that firing. You have to set it to at least 1 tick delay for it to turn off and on torches. I've set it to like that, yeah, just for a little bit less lag, and also you don't need it to be that fast. In fact, you can probably turn it down to 4 actually, if your computer can't handle it. But I'm not going to, because I can handle it when I'm not recording. Absolutely fine. You got to remember that the frame rate loss here is probably greater for me than you might experience, because I'm also recording at the same time as doing this. But yeah, it can be avoided. Then how I set up the return system is 2 hoppers here collecting items just to make it a bit faster, followed by 1 hopper onto a comparator powering a redstone torch, which is powering a repeater, which is powering this block, which powers the powered rail. When an item goes through this hopper, and it can't be going straight into another hopper. I can't stress that enough, otherwise it won't work. If it does, you'll have items pulled out of the hopper too quickly to be registered here, and it won't turn off this torch, and it will just bounce off and keep going, and you won't really draw any items out. It will just keep going infinitely. The other thing this has is it stops the cart from moving when items go through here, so it will only start powering again when the hopper minecart is completely emptied, which is a really useful thing. And finally, as I showed you before, it's got the sort of standard dropper ascender, which I've used multiple times. Really, really simple. It's just a comparator on top of a pulse former, and then that's it. Yeah, basically, it's very simple. Now I'm going to cut here because the other thing I've done, and this is going to be quite a packed episode of various builds, but yeah, this is my flower forest farm thing, which I thought was useful to see, but it was more just a personal build for myself, interested in just building something for a change aesthetically. And also, it's not very complicated redstone, and I couldn't make a whole episode out of it, just like I couldn't make a whole episode out of the enchantment table. So, I will see you in a second. Alright, so we are back where we all started. This is the very first portal, and the reason I'm here is because it spawned when I first generated the world right near a hills biome, which is exactly what I wanted for building an ice tray that I needed to gather a lot of ice. As you can see up there, there's a very big lit area, and it's just starting to get daytime, which is perfect. But if I just climb up to where I'm meant to be, I also fenced around it just to keep the mobs out. But if I just climb up here, it shouldn't take too long. I'll just clear out an inventory space because I know I'm going to need it, and also get my axe out. Let's get in here, there we go. Break that. Now, as you can see, I have 2 sort of ice projects here. I have this one here, which is not quite full up, but this is a working model. This is what I originally had, and I thought, is there another way of doing ice collection that's a bit more fun and a bit more interesting? And I came up with a system. This one's actually really... this is actually a better system. Use this system if you're going to use any one, as opposed to this one. This one's a bit ridiculous and a bit silly. But I quite like it anyway. This is what I've been farming. But if we just... also, this isn't 100% finished because I need some haste beacons. I was thinking of moving the one in my base, but I couldn't be bothered in the end because I'm not going to be here enough to use this regularly, because after 1 or 2 sessions, I'll probably be done. But if I just drop down here. This is also not finished, it's just a work in progress to skin it up, but I didn't think I needed to show you that because I'm not going to be here enough. I might show it off in a future world tour, but if I just drop down, push. These are just for lining my player up. Push this button, you'll see I drop into this sort of environment. Push this, I aim at this block, and then I just hold left click, and I just bounce across. Oh yeah, I broke a block here by mistake. Oops. Oh, that's interesting. Anyway, yeah, I'll just go back down there, and then I'll see how much ice I got. I should have got about nearly 50 blocks. 58, there we go, perfect. So, as you can see, it's fairly effective as an ice farming system. It's not 100% there, but it's almost there. So I decided I'd build one part of it, which is this modular section, and then I'll show you this part of it, which is the ice growing section. So, as you can see here, there are a series of hopper timers, and they basically serve one purpose. If I just go back up, actually, I won't farm the ice, but I will farm everything else. Just jump down, or not farm everything else. Open that, close that, drop through. So, first things first, I push this button, I get bounced by this slime block, which is how it works, get bounced by that, opens up a little hole. As you can see, it bounces me across there and back again, and then through I go, and then I'll just run through here, and it's meant to drop me down here, and I can just collect the items and jump out. Now that's if I've only got one section of this running, which is okay, not a big deal, but I don't actually just want one section of this running, I want to have 4 of these. I thought it'd be really cool to just have one of these and collect 2 stacks of, well, it's probably more than that actually now, about 4 stacks of ice in one sitting, just holding click. And the way I'd do that is just have another drop system to push me across to here, and then send me, in fact I wouldn't start here, I'd probably build one here and push me across here, forwards, across there, and then into this one with an ascender of some kind. And yeah, this is basically how the ice tray system works. So it's really simple. It's basically just got a system of, this is where the ice is formed. Actually one block below this, so if I can, I'll do it this way actually. Drop into the underground bit, and then pull this lever. This is actually the clock for making this whole thing work. Is it not going to work properly? Whoops, that was bad. Just a normal hopper clock, as you can see, and then if I just speed it up a bit. Run, 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 run. There we go. So as you can see, I might want to just push the button here. Just push the button again. As you can see down here, down here is where the ice forms. So when this system cycles, I actually have blocks here which are pushed up by sticky pistons. Oh, can I not get out? No, I can't. Okay, let's just break them. So yeah, that block's there just to stop that ice from melting. Where's that slab? That's to stop mob spawning. When the rules for ice forming is they have to be next to at least one solid block, which is why I have the ice which is extended here. See, there you go, there's one formed. And it also has to be exposed to the sky, which is very simple to do, so this is how I've done it. So what happens here is, when you push the button, the ice that's all along the bottom row is pushed up by the pistons down there. Then the piston retracts, and the pistons on this side retract, and there's water source blocks all around here, which causes the water to refill. Very simple. After these have been pushed up, this extends here, so this set of pistons extends, pushes it one under here, which then lines it up with these pistons, which push it up, and then after that, these blocks fire. So as you can see, there's a gap under each one. Now, normally it fills up one at a time, and yeah, basically that's how it's done. Very simple. And then there's this hopper clock, which basically empties and fills and empties again, and it does it in roughly the same time as it takes to fill 4 or 5 of the ice. So it normally fills up. So all of these get filled up. Occasionally only 4 do, but it doesn't really matter because once it's full up, they stop pushing the ice at that side anyway, so it doesn't really make a difference. So if I just eat some chicken, and hopefully the other ice farm which I've got here is finished. Close enough. So if I pull this lever, as you see, that pushes all the ice up, and I just hold click, like that, and then just walk across sideways. Very simple. And the reason I've got the pistons down there is just so that I don't end up looking down at the floor, especially when you have haste on, because you end up breaking all the blocks. It's really annoying. Then I can just run through, pick it all up, which is really simple. And then just dump all the ice in here. Oh, can I run forwards? Yes, I can. And then I covered it in glass because I think there was mob spawning issues before. If I push this button, you'll see that all of those dispensers fire water buckets, which fill up here. And then they retract and they refill themselves. So if I drop down, I've got that there. Now the reason... Oh, I should have closed that. There we go. Oh, there you go. So the reason I have... Oh, I'm stuck. Get up here. The setup like this with the pistons extending and leaving their blocks behind, as you can see using these monostable circuits. Well, I use the monostable circuits for two reasons. It allowed me to create a short pulse, which allowed me to make the dispensers fire twice, which is very important, so I can dispense the water and then collect it again. And I've also got the repeater set to a certain delay, so there's enough time for the water to, in fact, fill up to here, which means they're then able to refill all of the water source block going back again, and it allows all of these water sources to be filled up without the dispensers refilling and emptying out a line along here, which it does do otherwise, so you have to be careful of that. The reason I have the pistons extend is because, as you can see, the ice that's formed along the edges here, if there is ice there and the dispenser fires, the bucket just gets launched out, and that's a big problem because it means that you have to go around and manually do it. So by having a piston extend over the top, sorry about that, so by having the pistons extend over the top, it just stops the ice from forming in front of the dispensers because there's no exposure to the sky. And yeah, it's just a basic simple safety mechanism. The other thing I forgot to mention is this is all going to be done with a haste beacon eventually. I just couldn't be bothered to get one and make it and build it over here because I haven't got enough iron, because I used a lot of it in these pistons and things like this. One thing also I don't think many people will have realised is this isn't a normal monostable circuit hopper clock. It's actually a modified one, so it's actually got a bud switch involved. So if I break this, oh, where'd that go? Take that. Okay, now let me just break that as well. If you see on this side, it's actually a sticky piston. This side is a normal piston. If I then just, there you go, put that there. That causes the items to move across. And then flips back again. Once this is emptied out, although this retracts, it doesn't pull it back with it. Now, the way this system works is the bud switch detects a change in something connected to it. So you see this power is 1. When it receives a power boost and goes up to 14, 13, 12, 12 I think it must be, 12 or 11, 12 I think, goes from 1 to 12, that's an update, updates this piston which extends across to here and causes the hopper to count down for 14 seconds, and then it retracts again, which is very simple. And so that, not 14 seconds, for 14 items, which is about 7 seconds. And by doing that, it retracts the, where is it? Retracts the ice block, which is at the bottom here. There's a piston on the other side, a sticky piston on the other side, which retracts that ice block down there, you can see. And that's how you drop down the layers below. I do that on both sides because otherwise these sticky pistons get stuck on each other, on the ice blocks, because they're movable blocks and it stops the machine from working. But otherwise it's quite a nice efficient system. With the haste on, it's even better because you get more blocks and there's less likely for blocks to get stuck. This has also been running in the background a bit while I've been talking to you, so it might have cycled again. Yeah, it currently has, so yeah, it's just about to flip back again. So yeah, otherwise this is a very nice system. They're both. This one's more fun because it's quite fun to just hold click and bounce across. So this is a one-click. What's it called? One-click. Oh, words have escaped me. One-click ice farm, which is unique. I've never seen anyone do it before. It's quite fun, really. And yeah. And this one is really useful just because, like I said, you can pull the lever up here. It extends it up fully, so you don't have to drop. And it also lowers this bit here. I guess I haven't shown you the underground of here, so I'll do that. Just dig that down. Ooh, okay. As you can see, this is where the lever is. The lever is on this block in the corner here, which is powering these pistons. When you unpower it, lowers this, activates a monostable circuit, which is important because it just powers all of these for one tick. So it makes the pistons extend up and then come back down again. So they're all the glasses at head height. This is just the timer, basically, between when the first tick of the dispensers is and when the second one is. So yeah, two different ice farm designs, two very useful ice farm designs. For simplicity's sake, I'd opt for this one, but I'm definitely going to finish the other ones off. I might even have to move this because I think this extends out further than I originally planned. And I originally had it counted out to be a 16 by 16 build. I think it's actually now 18 by 18. Just it might be 18 by 16 just for this bit, and then this ice farm bit at the end actually adds on an extra 6 or 7 blocks. This ice farm is really simple actually. You can actually just make it into one giant block ice farm if you just realise that pistons can only push a maximum of 12 blocks. So 12 blocks by 12 is the maximum size of a cube you could make. You can make a bigger, you can make a big long oblong, or oblong, I mean rectangle, which is just as good. But otherwise, yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Very, very packed with stuff going on. Not as much of a redstone-y explainy session because most of the redstone is fairly straightforward, but all of it is fairly useful. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the episode, guys. If you like this sort of content, leave a like and a comment. I'd be really interested to see if you've used any of these ice farm designs of your own. Or you've actually got your own ice farm design and you've used that before. I'd like to hear what yours is like. Is it more efficient than mine? It's definitely going to be more efficient than that. But is it more efficient than this one? This uses a lot of sticky pistons. You could probably replace a lot with slime blocks, which is always a possibility. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're new to the channel and you like this sort of redstone-y based stuff, then maybe you could subscribe. I'd be really grateful for the support. But thanks for watching, guys. Peace out. Bye.
If you enjoyed your life.